Unfiltered with Ndongo Gashane and Daniel Kariuki.
Indeed, this is Unfiltered. This is the home of unrivaled experience, the home of unrivaled discussions on current affairs and politics. And I've never brought this show alone. Huwa tuna rafiki yangu hapa.
Daniel Kariuki.
Daniel Kariuki.
Wewe Ndongo Gashane. I've been good. Tupo tu tunafuatilia just to ensure that things are going as it should.
Yes.
Which is very necessary. As we said, it is unfiltered. So we don't filter. Most of the time here we ensure everything we are talking is not filtered.
It is not filtered.
And we bring guests.
Is off the table.
Is off the table.
Mambo yote juu ya meza.
Unaweka hapa tunazungumza. Na tunaleta wageni tofauti.
Yes.
So today we have a youth.
The youth leader.
Tuko upande moja, wewe sidhani uko hapo.
Yaani wewe Kariuki ukiniangalia kweli I'm not a youth.
Mimi nadhani video youth tuko wawili. But we have a youth, the leader of the DCP Youth Caucus, yes. Who is going to be talking to us. Anaitwa Thega.
Yes. Wanjiko Thega.
Yes. Kama Shiko. Welcome to Unfiltered.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy for having me.
Sasa unasikia nimeambia Gashane angalie hii maeneo ni watu wangapi.
Sasa mimi niko kando.
Sasa ni kama niko kwa caucus.
Mimi niko kwa ile mrengo mwingine ya youth leader. Welcome so much Madam Wajiku. And starting our discussions, there's this thing about Nico Card initiative and youth saying that they want to participate, playing an active role in the 2027 general elections. But we have seen the political class trying to oscillate around their communities. You heard President William Ruto talk to his people, the natives from the Rift Valley region, asking them to enroll as voters so that watu ya nyumbani wamsaidie. We have also seen leaders such as Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi and the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula lead over 30 MPs from Western region trying to see how they are going to rally their community behind President William Ruto. And it has also happened with in Coast region. We have seen Blue Mining CS and Senate Speaker, you see, trying to see how they're going to rally their communities around this administration. So, do you think the youth are going to make a determination next year?
Yes, definitely, Gashane. Already we've shown our dominance with the 2024 protest, showing how our political consciousness as young people is much risen. And now, if we look at 22 political elections, political inclusion of young people is very high, but the expectations weren't met because the campaign was built on the backs of young people with the hustler versus dynasty conversation. But then again, they were dropped immediately. People got into government, and that's why there was a uprising in 2024. So what we are seeing is key political leaders with the sudden realization or awakening after every cycle that, the word youth is usually a buzzword for elections. So now they're back again with their usual fake political inclusion and fake promises. But this time round, which is a good thing for the young people community, is that young people are confronting power, are confronting structures, especially with political parties, and even confronting government itself. So around here, we believe we are not as naive as we used to be before, because now young people are organizing, they are participating in this process, and above all, they are running for office. Yeah. So we will definitely tilt how 2027 elections will be, because we this time round are participating in this process. Some
of the expectations, especially when the youth came out in large numbers to protest bad governance and especially the Finance Bill 2024. There were expectations that the youth could probably come up with a party, a revolution that is youth-led. Little did we see some of the front leaders of the protest. They merged, or they went behind the established political leaders.
Yes.
You see, you understand what I mean?
I do.
So when you say that youth are going to actively participate, are you saying that they you see, are you rallying behind, for example, your community leader? We have seen others like Casmuel, who was alikuwa hapa mbele kabisa. He rallied behind the ODM, all because that expectations was, are they going to demand for these political seats through their own established and led political parties?
Well, that's a key critical question. Unfortunately, political parties, maybe organizing a political party and process is very expensive. Owing, let's look even at the high cost of living, how disenfranchised economically young people are. We are unable to honestly register on party. Furthermore, I think it is also important for us to also work in an intergenerational sort of way. Piggyback on, experienced leaders who can help us understand how this system works. In 2024, we said we were leaderless, but it's good that we are seeing young people have started, and identifying the leaders that they see we share same ideologies. And what was sad was that the same young people who we fought against, this rogue regime, joining the regime, that was what we were disappointed about. Now joining the regime and now starting singing praises. And we felt like this was colonial rule, just changing face, because they disrupt how young people are organizing. They abduct or arrest young people who are organizing. So that was our disappointment, that the young leaders we were fighting for accountability are joining the rogue system and defending it. But rather, I want just to congratulate young people who have started identifying with political parties that they can run with, because as young people, we want to run the system, and if you want to run the system, then you must join it so that you can run from inside. So that's one secret we've noticed, and we've started organizing within political parties. What we've seen, and maybe now with the Linda Mwananchi, is that it's still a movement. We are yet to see if Sifuna will be able to really regain his position in ODM. Maybe that is what, we want to see how the movement will go. But at least for young people in opposition, we found a political home in DCP. And we have, the alternative government political parties. There's Wiper, there's DAPK, there's PLP, there's Jubilee. So young people have also found homes in these parties that, are fighting for the place and the right of not only young people but common mwananchi of Kenya.
And what will stop the young people from being again used by the same people you are talking about when they're identifying the parties of the same people that have been using them? I'm talking about, when you talk about, if it is ODM, we are talking about, it has been there for long.
Yes.
If it is the United Opposition, the parties in that opposition still are the same. The party leaders of these parties are the same people. What will stop them from being misused, maybe?
I trust it will be on how the political party is organized. We have different organs within political parties. I would like to take DCP because I serve there as an example. If we look at the highest decision-making organ of the party, that's the NEC. We have a lot more young people. That means that our decisions are youth-centric and the agenda responsive. Then, at that moment when we're making decisions, then we're also able to overrule a decision that's not youth-friendly because we have numbers. So maybe I would say that is one of the ways we are trying to ensure gag doesn't happen, youth gag doesn't happen. And then again, it's to keep our party leaders accountable. We've formed something called the Coalition of Opposition Youth League. And it's just a way of, national youth leaders of the opposition parties coming together so that we can harness our power. so that we are able to negotiate better. And we had even an engagement. We called our party leaders, and gratefully they showed up. And we negotiated. We said, now this time round, we don't want you to tell us, it's us and you on the same table. And I won't say that we've already we've managed to do united alternative government meetings together, but we've already started showing them that this time round, young people don't want hataki kurushwa. So it has to be us keeping our party leaders accountable. At the end of the day, it's my jurisdiction as the national youth leader to keep reminding our party leader that this time around young people are hataki kurushwa. And then we've also had our party leader sign his commitments to young people. There are a number of young people we want to see voted in as MCs in 2027. But this means then young people must be able to access party tickets.
Yes.
So young people must be able to access party tickets, and then we have to also find ways on how to cushion young people, especially with the funding, especially kama ni kulipa nomination fees, registration fees. They must be half the amount over 35 are paying. So even though to try to ensure that 2027 won't be songs. And then I think for our party leaders, and we've had them speak, especially for Rigathi Gachagua, he says, you see, this government, young people do not even vote for it, but they don't even like it at all. The government that is going to come in, it's a government that young people will vote in. So it has to represent, the young people must see their faces. They must connect with those leaders they are voting in. So it must also have young people that are going to go into government with it. So if 2027 government doesn't look like young people, then young people will resist it.
Will resist it. But let me ask you, we know the history of the Kenyan politics and the political parties.
Yes.
Who owns DCP?
I would say we have political party officials,
Yes,
but our party leader is Rigathi Gachagua.
And that is the one who called the shots there.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
The same case applies to Wiper, Kalonzo Musyoka. The same case applies to
Jubilee,
UDA,
ODM.
Yeah.
Now, so if, for example, you are not okay with Gachagua's modus operandi, is it you to leave, or is it he to change?
Young people, we are not leaving these political parties. Hakuna mali tunaenda. As you know, even as if kwanza sisi, like me, I've paid through blood and, time. I've spent time in prison. So there's no way I'm leaving DCP. If I'm not pleased with that decision, I must call my party leader and tell him I'm uncomfortable with this. Have you ever done that? Yes, there are issues we debate about.
What kind of an issue did he do that...
that you raised the concern.
I will. I like not to discuss that on air. But there are a couple of times where I felt uncomfortable about a decision and I've called for clarity. I asked party leader why I would like just to understand why we'll make this decision. And maybe I feel like young people, it's not favoring us, so maybe we can do this or that if we can adjust. Good thing about Rigathi Gachagua is already a convertee. You don't need to really push him. And if there's something is not favoring, he's able to quickly change. But
Gachagua?
Yes, especially when it's a matter about young people. Yeah, he has shown.
So he's swift, he changes, eh?
Yeah, but I will tell you one thing. He's a very straight-on man, and then he has had so much experience in politics. He will even tell me when we start conversation, mimi nilianza siasa hata sidhani ulikuwa umezaliwa kwanza.
So hapo amekuonga.
Amenigonga. But I tell him I know, but right now such a decision is not favoring young people. And then I ask him, why party leader, why such a decision? He has to explain. Then I tell him from the perspective of young lenses, and then we adjust where it seems possible. Yes.
Very nice. But Wanjiku Thiga joined DCP. The DCP leader is Rigathi Gachagua.
Yes.
There is another Gen Z who is an MCA from Mukambani who does TikToks.
Oh, yes.
Mbithe. She is a member of Wiper.
Yes.
The leader of Wiper is Kalonzo Musyoka, who is a man who comes from Ukambani. Casmuel is also Gen Z who joined ODM. Casmuel and Oburu Odinga, he was from the same region.
Yes.
I'm the Nyanza.
So is this thing of youth tribal is just
It's a tribal card that's also being used. Because as Gashane puts it, we are talking of the youth, yes, being the change. But again, it seems like also the youth, it depends with the youth from the areas that they come from. Yeah.
Well, it's a very interesting pattern to note. First of all, we usually look at, as a young person, you look at, interesting enough, we came from the same region, but I had to look at a political party, first of all, that has a strong base from where I come from.
Strong base is now the community now.
Yes. And where it's dominant, dominant. And DCP party is dominant in the mountain area.
And that's where you
Mount
come
Kenya.
from.
And I come from Mount Kenya.
Yes.
And then again, because also this was a lesson I learned in 2022, I ran for office. And
Really?
Yes.
You
I ran for office.
Which seat?
MCA here in Juja constituency.
Okay.
So I ran for office with a smaller party, but this smaller party, I realized there was briefcases for people. People could quickly fold, go, negotiate, fold them, and unapotelea. So this time round, I wanted to be in a bigger political party that I knew for one, it will hold its fort until election and after election. Number two, I aligned with who Rigathi Gachagua was, because when young people got to Nauliwa in 2024 and we went for maandamano, he stood and supported us, and he was a deputy president then. He went on contrary what the president did. So many na align na huyo mtu. But again, tribal politics exists. It's just that the word tribe has been used negatively.
So tribe is a good thing.
It's a good thing because
tribal politics is a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's just that tumekuwa tukiitumia vibaya, because number one, my tribe is my identity, who I am. If you ask me who Wanjiku, because I stopped using my English name because I couldn't define who's Sarah. But if you ask me who Wanjiku was, my grandmother told me the story of Wanjiku. Wanjiku is a hardworking young woman. You see, now I'm able to identify with that name, and then it makes me understand who I am as a person. So first of all, it's my identity. It's just that with time, politicians have used it in a different way. So even when we talk about tribal politics, it always looks bad. But even in constitution, they talk about ethnicity. So it's just that even when you use, if I could say my ethnicity is Kikuyu and then I say my tribe is Kikuyu, mtu ataniona, those are two different, same sentence, but they mean two different things. So it is a way of organizing within our communities, and our political parties organize also within our tribes, our ethnicities, because that's where our strongholds are. And then you comfortably go where you feel like I can feel home. What is my political home? So if ideologies even match, even the better for you.
When you talk about ideologies, I would ask, you've said you are in a party that you later realized that it was like a briefcase.
Yes.
And could be folded, or rather someone would use it for interest and to negotiate in a different way, maybe for their interest. What makes you think that DCP could not be also doing the same thing to negotiate on their interest, and the party leader is having the party so that he can negotiate for his interest?
Special purpose vehicle for his.
Actually, that's a very good question, because to a greater extent, yes, DCP is a party that will negotiate for interest, but it will negotiate
for the party leader,
for the interest of its community base, strong community base, and the people that
and of course
have really joined here. So you see, once you become a leader, what happens is that you enter into a social contract with Kenyans and the people who subscribe to your party, especially. So, and there are things that your community or your people who have subscribed to your party, because I will say, DCP party is also very strong in Western, because you even have a whole MC who's voted under DCP. But even the Western community who subscribe to DCP, they have interests that they want negotiated on their behalf. They maybe, because we know sugarcane farmers come from Western, then they must have their own interest, their own key concern that should we take government, will want to see X and X happening. So yes, political parties exist to cover interest, but these are interests of people who partake in that party. And what is politics? Politics is the art of sharing resources. So people are having political parties to take care of their interests, and then when we go into government and we form government, then we are able to negotiate on the interest of political party members.
And are the youth going to be negotiated in this case? Or they'll find themselves out again? And what assures you that will happen? And in case does not happen, what are they going to do? Because initially it did not happen and they did nothing. They just moved to another.
And I know today we formed the protest culture, but I want to say this. As young people, we must take the risk. The Mau Maus took the risk and fought for the country and they won. We young people must take the risk and join politics and fight for our place as well. Because there's no other option. I also believe that Kenya cannot survive another 5 years of William Ruto. So young people, we know that. We are taking the risk of now being part of the table. Being part of the table is joining those political parties so that we can be part of the table. For me and fellow young people who are also part of the table, they are national youth leaders from political parties. We are doing our best to negotiate for our young people. What we've said then is this: should we smell a rat, us will whistle blow. Tuseme wase wanatupanga.
No, okay.
We must, and we've said protest culture is real in Kenya. So for us, even our political party leaders, at our we have an open working policy with them. If this time round young people are really not considered, then, and I think that they have no option. 70% of young people, of Kenyans, are young people.
They might have no option because they need the numbers of the youth. Then once they get what they are looking for, they get an alternative.
Mimi wacha niseme, if you come to kwanza DCP rallies, you know, it's of it is MCs. In fact, young people wakishika mic waufukuza wazee. Wanasema hizi viti ni za vijana, we don't want to see an older person vie for this seat. So you see, tumelok kuanzia huko chini.
Ni sawa, lakini we have by-elections.
Yes.
Tutaongea about those by-elections later. But the question I'm asking, how many youths has your party attracted to vie for these particular positions? Look at our crowd. I did not see a face of a youth there. There is a Muro Dikil by-election. The others towards in, I think, Samburu. When you say that you have joined existing political parties, we have not seen you going for these positions.
Well, I'd like to clarify, DCP is not an existing party. We bought DCP. It's a new party, especially, and that's why if you look at DCP, it really looks youth-led. If you look at the young people who are leading, yes, he's over 60, but look at our deputy party leader. He's in his late 30s, early 40s.
Who?
Cleophas Malala, senator.
Late 30s?
Yeah, I'm guessing. Early 40s.
He's not in the youth 40s. Bracket.
But he's youthful. If you look at our
his looks are youthful.
But he presents.
His son has already...
Huyo ni alianza maneno mapema. That's why kijana ni mkubwa. Lichangamka mapema. So you see, if you look, they all have youth energies, and I will say they're youthful because even at their position that you occupy today, they're youthful because hapo ni wazee wanakuanga. You know, akina Musalia hao ndo wamekuwa mkishikilia vitu kama, but you can see young people being at the forefront. If you look at DCP, we have akina Mukonji, you know, being the young people that's leading the political party, akina Medho, and we really celebrate because they also ensure that our political party remains vibrant. But what tuongea by elections, by the way, it's important to note that we haven't seen under 35, maybe we clarify, under 35 aspirants. And this is why by-elections are the most expensive elections we usually have, because all eyes are on that particular seat, and it's usually a battle for political parties. It's a battle for the fittest. Who has the most money? Who has the most established infrastructure? Most merchandise? So young people are unable to afford such kind of war. What we can be able to do very well is general elections, because kuna siasa kila mahali Kenya. But by elections are just 2 or 3, so every eye is on that by election. There's so much expectations. So it's people who have the muscle, the true muscle, who are able to fight for. Because you can see no PWD has even been able to take part in this election. Even women have shied away. So it's men with the money. And that's why we say as women, hata si tunataka pesa mfukoni. And Hustler government had promised women pesa. Lakini ametuchaza pia kuchaza tu vijana pia wanawake. So in 2027 we say, and I saw a report by RPP saying that 2027 elections will be the most expensive one. But I also challenge voters that if you are a corrupt voter, then you cannot be able to hold accountable a corrupt politician. So we have to give young people an opportunity to lead. Usiende kuidisha vijana kitu. Unaona ile kuchoma vijana wenye watu wanitishanga kuchoma vijana.
Hebu niambie 2022 ulisimama. Ukaanguka.
Ni kura hazikutosha.
Ndio hiyo sasa. Nao kura hazikutosha. Pole haukuanguka, ni kura
hazikutosha.
Put as it should.
Now you've said something that is very true, that elections are actually very expensive.
Very.
Na vijana hawana pesa. So watatoa wapi pesa 2027 kusimama?
And that's why I encourage voters. And we've seen actually voters now bearing the brunt of choosing wrong leadership. We are pushing voters to give opportunity to young people. And you know who are the voters? They are our parents. There are aunties, uncles. They have seen the effort young people have put to hold Kenyan leaders accountable. If 2024 young people hakusimama wenye walisimama, I feel kama wazazi wetu wange lose hope sana. Because cost of living is high. Hata wanaumia. If you look at femicide cases have gone up because financial burden at home, they are very high. The demand on the man is also very high. And we know African men are unable to tolerate pressure because you're not encouraged to speak out. And then we've seen also cost of fuel. Everything is going up. So mzazi alikuwa anateseka. Hata mkiangalia the healthcare system is bad. Shule watoto wamefukuzwa tena. So they saw young people they're the ones who are fighting for Kenyans. So truly it's our right to lead from 2027 moving forward. So we hope that truly they get to give an opportunity to young people to vote, to lead. And for me, I even encourage young people. Wengine watasema MCA ni kitindoko, but it's not. It's where corruption happens the highest at county level. And that's where even the money is, because money was devolved. So then if we get to seal corruption at county level, then structures are working for people at county level hata kabla tufike huku national. Vitu zina happen kwenye counties zetu.
That's a very good point. But what do you think, before Dana aulize, do you think a Kenyan voter is corrupt?
Sana. Wanjiko ni mjanja. Unapata ukiingia site tuseme, unaona campaign. Kila mtu anakuambia kura hizi zote ni zako. Ukitoka mwingine akiingia hizi kura zote ni zako. So Kenyan voter is also corrupt, and it's part of this of what is wrong with our system. Because I say if we want to start a new page, we have to start all of us a new page. So lakini najua pia hata sisi kama DCP tunaambia watu wakileta do unakula. So wakileta yes unakula, but don't extort politician when anakuja kukuuzia sera. I tell people, listen to young leaders, look at their manifesto, look at even their leadership experience. Hata kama ni mtu tu alimaliza high school, alilida akiwa shule, was he a dining hall captain, was he a school captain? That is also a form of leadership. So then we have to also start a new generation of leaders. Wengine sidhani kama wanaweza reform. Sisi tu reform, tutengeneze viongozi wetu.
Lakini
wenye tutasonga na wao
na tumeingia chama ya Gachagua ya Ruto na sasa tutatengeneza.
Unajua hata hizo chama si zao peke yao, ni zetu. And we are the ones who have,
kwa sababu kama sasa sahi wewe unaongoza as the youth leader caucus. Let's go back to something we had touched on about the by-elections. We have by-elections in Olkalau.
Yes.
We have by-elections in Emurua Dikir. You as a DCP member, I think the earliest by-election will be Emurua Dikir, and you have a candidate in that area. What's your take about those by-elections?
For me, first of all, DCP in Emurua Dikir is doing very impressive. I am really proud of the Kipsigis community for embracing a new political party whose ideologies, kwanza yao, especially one of our ideologies is about justice. They feel very aggrieved by losing their former member of parliament, whom they truly loved. And for them, they feel it's justice voting in this particular DCP candidate. DCP has a true chance. In Emurua tunaweza washok, tunaweza chukua hiyo kiti ya Emurua Dikir.
Mnaweza ama mnachukua? Which is which?
Tutachukua.
So wakati unasema mnaweza
niko sure.
You are not sure of it.
Tutachukua hiyo kiti ya Emurua Dikir. And that is to show, what it will prove is that there is this growing change in this country. And I've seen the political terrain. I will go to Emurua Dikir and and stand in solidarity with them as they choose a new leader, because it is also, they feel like after our leader died, it's time for us to bear a new leader as well. Olkalau, DCP will be conducting nominations on Saturday. We have Saturday. 9, this Saturday we have 9 candidates, and we wish the best candidates all the best. After that, then we can do, we can come in and do quite the campaign for them. But I want to say and promise this, especially on Olkalau, we're going to bury UD in Olkalau. There's nothing that state is going to do. Ile karata walicheza pale Mbere North, it will not work.
Walicheza karata gani?
There was a lot of voter bribery. There was a lot of we saw hata walichoma polling station moja. All that will not happen, and the kind of intimidation, they sent all government machinery to Mbere North. And you see, Mbere North, if you look at it, is a very rural county constituency, and the kind of money walimwaga pale, you are not able to allow a voter who comes from a very disadvantaged background make a very solid decision.
Informed decision.
Yes. But Olkalau is very different. That is where all the soldiers, Mau soldiers reside. That belong to DCP.
Na hii karata unasema hatacheza. What did you do to prevent them?
To prevent the karata.
We know wameanza kutry kununua IDs. Yeah. They have started doing that game, but already tumekuwa alerted.
So
you've even had kwanza, actually, hata not even as DCP. It is the members of the citizens of Olkalau wanapiga au watu wanakuja kununua IDs. Kuna moja alikuwa ametoka hata Kiambu, alipigiwa huko. So it's actually Kenyans themselves and citizens of Olkalau who are even dealing with them. And that's why it will be different. And it is the place that we will show that truly the mountain region has been disciplinated. That is our region, and to Melok, it is under lock and key. Even as we grow our influence in other regions, because we are doing very well in the Mar region. I know you've seen us do a lot heavy rallies around there. Western region, we are doing very well. So we've now entered the Mombasa region. Tuna spread the gospel vizuri. Sasa sijui kama Homa Bay tutaweza kupenetrate na vijana wana Homa Bay wananiita, vijana wa Siaya wananiita. I don't know if we'll be able to penetrate those areas, but I hope that they can be tolerant when we come to sell sera za DCP. Wakubali tutuze wasitupige na mawe.
But now, that is Emurua Dikir and Olkalau. Very two crucial constituencies. Let's say maybe things don't go as you anticipate.
Yes.
Do you feel DCP is going to be having
to also be buried?
She could also be buried.
Hakuna hiyo option nyingine. Hakuna hiyo option.
Because especially if I would concentrate more on Olkalau, it's an area that the DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua feels that he gets a lot of backing because it's in the Nyandarua County. Should it happen that UDA, or maybe the other, let me just use UDA, use UDA because it is the current ruling party, gets to win that seat, what will maybe the party say now that in Mbeere they say they did not have a candidate?
Hakuna option ya close.
Ona Gachagua alituka story ya Mbeere akasema mimi hata siko na candidate.
Hapa kuna candidate. It is true. It is Mbeere tuka na candidate. Candidate alikuwa DP.
Mtu mwenye alikuwa anaamka kupikia kukamua ng'ombe za watu. Sini Gachagua.
You can see the commitment of DCP to the United Alternative Government, you know. Movement.
But at the end of it, akasema mimi huko.
Sasa hapa Nyandarua.
That's why I'm saying.
Actually two in Olkarau
and Emurua.
But I want us to look at Olkarau because we've talked about the party.
This is our strong base.
Saying that the region has been DCP.
Yes. And that's why I'm saying truly, hakuna option ya losing. We are going to take Olkarau. That one we are even ni masiku tu tunangoja. We are just doing the nominations. we work with our candidates on 16th. Tutakuwa tunatangaza ushindi.
So the nine aspirants that have announced the interest to vie on DCP at Olkarau. What are you telling them about the nominations on Saturday? Because sometimes we have heard there are some preferred candidates or preferred individuals to take the ticket.
Very well. If you've noticed, there is no political leader has stepped into Olkarau. We've all stayed away so that we don't infiltrate the process. We must, sisi chama yetu ni kusikiza ground. We must allow the residents of Olkarau to give us the ideal candidate. Only after that, then shall we get to go do the campaigns. So we are truly offering a fair, transparent nomination process, and it's being run by our elections board. And these are just technocrats who know who their expertise is in elections. We've out to Metuma ground when they run your elections. As we stay off, residents of Olkarau give us their pick. So atuna maneno hapa preferred candidate, no. We must do right by Kenyans. And this actually is even a test for DCP. Are we able to truly in 2027 offer free, credible nominations to aspirants? So for us, we have to do this right. And it's a test for democracy in our party. And we have to live by our word. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So Saturday, which that's
9.
Olkarau by elections. Yes, it's 9.
So for your UDA is 8.
Yes.
That's Friday.
Yeah.
Friday.
It's a day earlier.
They had decided on consensus, but later changed to
nominations.
Why did your party opt for nominations as opposed to consensus? Because some people believe that nominations divide the candidates, the four out, and if you look at, I think UD had first decided on 9th before they changed now to 8. So what do you read on UDA's move? And by the issue is Takua on.
Yeah. That issue at time may come up
on Friday.
Yeah, why do they want to
why do you think
learning?
They changed wakafanya before nyinyi? And do you think wale wenye watashidwa, do you think they are going to decamp and join the ruling party?
We hope that they don't decamp because we spoke about this in our closed door meeting. And you've asked me, mbona tuli decide kufanya nominations instead of consensus? Because we wanted to, since in chama ya kusikiza ground, we had to let the residents of Olkarau choose a leader that they wanted instead of the party deciding on whom they wanted. So we are offering an opportunity also to demonstrate how our nominations will be in come 2027, because we've attracted a lot of aspirants, and this is also a moment of test. Will DCP truly offer free, credible nomination? So, and also to ensure that no aspirant will feel aggrieved that hiyo nilishindwa fair and square, and our agreement is that they continue supporting the party. There's also another opportunity in 2027. Kama huyu mwenye atachukua atafanya kazi po, you see, kuna mtu atakuwa na opportunity in 2027. And for them, for UDA deciding to go a day before we saw them. Tunajua ni wanajaribu kupanga na kukoroga mambo. But tumewaambia Olkalau sio Mbeere North. They cannot interfere with the process on Saturday. That one we have. And they don't know, they have no idea of way tutajikushion and the matrices that we've put in place to ensure that our nomination process won't be interfered. Unajua wanajifanya wajanja sana, lakini hawajui Gachagua ni chuma ya zamani. Tutatengeneza mikakati zetu zimetengenezwa vizuri.
Kuna another political strategy that has actually happened in other areas where probably the strong candidate, but you decide that you are going to mobilize
to
people
vote
to
for
come
the
out
weak one.
to come and vote for the weaker one.
Yes.
So that that weak candidate will automatically face a strong candidate for the other party. Aren't you afraid of that, or are you aware of that?
We know all that because we do something called foresight. We use foresight skills in our political party, and we've seen all those scenarios happen. We've created ways.
So how can you stop that?
Sasa unaona tuwezi ongea hii kitu watawatch. Wana watch. Serikali inajua wana watch. Sasa tutawapea leakage. Na kitu tunawaambia is that we know what they're planning. It's just that
are they planning that strategy?
Yes, we know it's also an option on their table. But we've seen all those scenarios and we've already put up structures that
because if somebody comes to the polling station, you cannot control who they vote.
Yes.
So even if you say that hatutaongea hapa wasione, for sure hapo you can do very much retro kidogo sana. But it is a strategy that has been used in the past by some politicians, we know.
Ni kweli.
Lakini
hata toboa. We know hata for them is a do or die moment, by the way. Because UDA has something to prove. We know President Ruto has something to prove. But unfortunately his time is up.
You say that it is the time for the youth to get
Yes.
something from even the 2027 elections.
Yeah.
Are you going to be having a candidate in the presidential elections?
Thank you for that question. At DCP, maybe I speak about DCP young people. As DCP youth, we have agreed as Rigathi Gachagua being our Gen Z presidential candidate. This is a man that we trust because he's also shown his commitment to young people of our party. Maybe uko nje kuna mwingine atachaguliwa, but for DCP, as we already have chosen on who we are going to rally behind. We also we have expectations from him as we support him. It's a symbiotic process. Tukimsupport na yeye tunahitaji to support because we need to have young MCAs, we need to have young MPs, young women reps, young PSs, at appointments, ambassadorial. We also want.
Yeah. So then the youth in the DCP party have settled on Rigathi Gachagua.
Yes.
But they again meet at the table with other leaders in the united opposition and agree on a candidate. Suppose they don't agree on Rigathi Gachagua to flag the united opposition. So the youth in DCP, they will feel like their candidate or they are not represented.
Kituko tumenegotiate ni running mate wa Rigathi Gachagua kwa kijana. Hapo ndio tunataka.
Kama Malala sasa.
Tunataka kwa, by default it will go to Malala because he's the deputy party leader. So for us that is the face. So akienda hapo kwa united opposition, once if they negotiate and maybe it's not Rigathi Gachagua, whoever that the united opposition candidate will choose, then we need to see a running mate who's a young person. At least that is a minimum, bare minimum.
Okay. Those who have announced their interest to vie is Kalonzo Musyoka. He is not young.
Yes.
Maybe he's young at heart. Then we have Martha Karua.
Yes.
We have Fred Matiang'i for the Jubilee. He has actually been endorsed by the party. We have also Eugene Wamalwa for the DAP Kenya. And your party leader Rigathi Gachagua, and also who else has announced interest to vie?
Ruto,
Maraga.
Maraga.
Yeah.
No, I want about the united alternative government.
Ni hao tu
so hao watano wote mnasema kwamba lazima youth akue pale. Atakuwa wapi pale?
Sasa you see, for example, ati waseme For example, waseme Rigathi Gachagua akuwe na running mates kama Kalonzo Musyoka. We feel that like that is an unbalanced nini. And I'm not saying those two, but we want different ages on the ballot paper. Because at the end of the day, we want to
kama
see
nani sasa
like for us, like for us tumesema
tumekutarajia Kalonzo, Patrida Wiper, Matiang'i.
Sasa unaona hawa wote wanafaa kuwa na running mates wao. Like when Martha Karua has announced her presidency, she's supposed to announce her running mate. The same to Kalonzo Musyoka, wote. So ule president waki decide on the presidential running mate, the deputy running mates should be young people that are pool that should be chosen from.
Okay, so what if they miss to have a running mate that is a youth?
Then,
are you saying that you're going to decamp?
No, we will not decamp. We will not decamp, but we will force. Tutaforce. Tutakata hiyo nini.
Nyinyi wenyewe mna candidate ambaye mnataka, umeniambia mna candidate wa youth. So
tuko naye,
tutatoka wapi?
Tuko naye. We have a deputy party leader already. Cleophas Malala. So for us,
we are the youth.
That is a youth. That is a youth.
But you also are a national chair wa youth.
Yeah. Why not?
You are young.
Yeah.
Siwezi.
Why? You see now.
We walk our MCA.
No, I'm not running for MCA. I have my eye on something else, but I haven't announced yet. Yes, but I would like to run for office.
Okay. But you have not decided what position.
Nimesha decide ni vile sijanance.
But your people, if who are going to vote for you, do not know about it.
Pressure already shanza. Pressure iko.
So the youth, what are the youth doing to, what kind of initiative maybe nyinyi mnafanya kupata watu to bring them on board ahead of the 2027 election? Because I have seen there are those who are pushing for Nico card for the registration, and the latest numbers that were given by IEBC, many expected that the youth numbers would have gone high.
Mimi naona kama tuli register high, hiyo 2.3 million ilikuwa high, but well it fell short kidogo.
We saw the president
huyo ni watu wake ndio hawakuregister. Ni watu wake. Unaona hata aliongea kikale. Ni watu wa Rift Valley wamekata.
Either way they are
Rift Valley ni wa Ruto.
No, si wa Ruto definitely, but they feel very disappointed in his leadership. You know,
because he talked about
naturally you would expect your leader first to, you know, show a little favoritism.
1.8 million people not registered, and 500 who are 18 years and above should be having IDs, don't have IDs. So definitely 18 and above, those are youths.
Yes, they are.
And wewe unasema ni watu yake, but you will need the youths.
Ni watu yake because from this perspective they came from his region, but si watu wake pia.
You don't need the numbers from the region.
No, si watu wake pia, because you see they're not even interested in voting for him. They're disappointed in him. So it is our job as united opposition kuwakatia. Tuambie chukueni kura, lakini msimweke. Let us all decide on which other presidential candidate we can have. But you see, they're already really disappointed in him, and that's why the apathy was very high from their end. So that has presented an opportunity for us.
With him, anaweza chukua kura ndio mfukuze.
Ndio nasema, very true. That has presented an opportunity for us as united opposition. If you can see, even on my Facebook, I started saying I'd like to know the influencers from the Rift Valley region, because that is an opportunity for us. We talk to them, we tell them, yes, you are disappointed, just like we young Kenyans, and that's why we are already in opposition. We show them there's a space for them to occupy. There's a political home, and there are several. Uingia mali unajisikia bora, goal ni moja. We are choosing a different president in 2027.
Sawa, Wajiko.
Yes.
Time imeenda, but I think I should ask you, hii vita ya the DCP and Jubilee. Where do you think it will end? Will it not work for President William Ruto, especially from Mount Kenya region?
I feel, and that's why the people who are pushing these squabbles are people who are paid by state to ensure
within the opposition.
What tuseme, for example, watu kama kina Kameko, what work do they do? You know,
Yes, Kameko.
Ngonjiri Wambogo does a lot of squabbles fighting within the political. He's the first person to fight DCP, to fight our political party, Rigathi Gachagua, and we had started retaliating, by the way, because you can't every day. And he's posted several times on his Facebook, but and his social media. But you see, we cannot fall into his trap. You know, of getting the united opposition disjointed. Truly, we are not happy about him, but we know that that is the strategy to ensure that united opposition is disjointed. But we have to see the bigger picture. We have to, you know, maneuver, escape traps that we are seeing that are being put by government, because a united opposition is a direct threat for government. Instead, we are doing a lot more, you know, and putting a lot more effort in remaining united. In fact, by the way, hatuna option. Hatuna option, by the way, lazima tuko united. Even Kenyans are expecting us to be the bigger people in the room when we are, you know, creating strategies on how to become stronger and more powerful as a united opposition. We have to see beyond smaller fights.
But your party leader yesterday said that there are some moles within the opposition. Who are these moles, by the way?
Watajitokeza tu.
Watajitokeza aje?
Mtajua tu.
Aje sasa Wanjiku.
You know, if it squeaks like a duck, you will see. It works like a duck, you will see.
And the way he is anakuanga mtu wa truthful man. Hakuwataja, kwani anawaogopa?
Hawaogopi. Ni time yao haijafika ya kuwasema. Atawasema.
So when he says that there are moles in the opposition, what is he insinuating to?
No,
What has happened?
No, it's just putting them on guard. He knows.
So what has happened in the united opposition that he feels there are moles?
No,
has the government infiltrated
successfully infiltrated?
Yes.
Hawezi kuwa successful.
So why him raise the concern?
Napea onyo.
Why does he feel ndio ni onyo? Why does he feel that there are moles?
No, because sometimes you will find information leaking, you know. Sometimes you will realize there's somebody who's always sharing information or trying to divert conversation, divert, you know, the moment. Like, for example, when we had the impeachment hearing case for Rigathi Gachagua, the first time it was held, the president of Bunge Wananchi Githurai was abducted. You see, they're trying to divert attention and, you know, and pressure moments for Kenyans. So those are diversionary tactics that state is using. What Gachagua is just is putting the other side on high alert. They know we know.
There has been a very
kwanza tao wenye una suspecting ni mo sound unawekanga karibu. Unawapea wrong information wapeleke mbele.
So ana suspect.
Hapo kuna mashida mingi. Opposition I think
hakuna mashida mo. Hii kitu tuna manage vizuri.
Are you saying that the opposition is wanaogopeana or something of
no.
Yes.
No. We have very open working relationship. I've even told you, we formed a coalition of opposition youth league. We have very open working relationships. And I want even to say, at least we for young people, because we are the new generation of young leaders. And we kuna zile vitu tunaona pamoja na kuna zile vitu zingine sisi as young leaders we want to start introducing, because they will tutaendanga tu wakitoka sisi as we grow older we take fully control. So we are taking a lot of mentorship from them, learning how politics is also done. We are taking the best practices.
Okay.
And then
I wish you well.
Thank you.
And probably you can give us your parting shot, because now time is not with us.
Okay, so
tuambie una tafuta nafasi gani?
This is now the opportunity now to
declare your
announce.
Okay, sawa.
Hata kama ni presidential candidate.
Yo chama wezi contest. Yo ni direct. Ya party leader ni direct.
Sio utatafuta running mate. Because hawaja announce running mate.
Ni seme. Okay. Thank you so much for having me. It's very good to be here at Unfiltered. For me, my message for young people is like, I just want to encourage you. Take charge, run for office, lead wherever you are, organize your community, organize your ward, your constituency. It is time for youth leadership. 2027, we are no longer a buzzword. There's nothing for us without us. It is our time. Karibuni DCP, by the way. Chama tawala.
Okay.
Of course, we are going to follow up to see what happens with the youth.
Yeah.
And how you are going. How, by the way, are you pushing them, the youths at the DCP?
It's such a huge responsibility, by the way. I thank God for the purpose. But I have various programs that I'm engaging young people with. And I really do a lot of work of walking. Me, by the way, Kwangi Station HQ. I really go mashinani to listen to young people, engage, and we organize ourselves because 2027 want to take power. So we have to really remain organized. I'm also creating pipelines and pathways for young women in leadership. That means I'm doing a lot of appointment for young women leaders. Spotting and talents, you see, ukiona mtu akona talent na najituma, you hold their hand and work with them. So even 2027, not only do we expect more young leaders, we'll also see more young women. Do you know how many young women are voted in as MCAs in 2022? Out of 1450 MCAs, you only had 12 young women.
12.
Only. So for me, I want to see that number. I have my own target. I want to see that number rise. So yeah, I'm organizing smart. It's very scientific for me.
Yes. We
Yes.
wish you all the best as
Thank you.
you continue to mobilize and try to ensure that you have more women in those positions and also youth, as you have put it.
Yes.
Wanjiko Thega is the National Youth Caucus Chair of the Democracy for Citizens Party, that's DCP, with us here at Unfiltered. I wish you all the best. My name is Daniel Kariuki, and of course Gashane. On Thursday, we'll keep inviting you, by the way,
Yes,
so
I'd
that
love
we
to
get to
come.
hear what is happening
Yes.
kule opposition na pia kwa mipango ya chama.
Sawa.
Yes, my
Thank
name
you
is
so
Daniel
much.
Kariuki. I want to wish you a good time.
I'm Dongo Gashane.
Unfiltered with Ndongo Gashane and Daniel Kariuki.